Do the intro,
Anyways,
Jazz.
hi and welcome. All right,
Every
welcome
time.
back to Fresh.
This is by far our best intro yet.
Killing the game.
Hi,
Welcome back
welcome
to.
to Freshman Legacy. I'm your host, Jasleen Notra, and today we're talking about The Reflected. So, Martin, why were you wearing a Joker mask in The Reflected?
Jazzy, do your intro, please.
I think you
Why?
just nailed it, bro.
Now, answer the question. Joker mask. What the fuck is up, boy?
I don't know, dude. I need you to do the intro, Jazzy, so I feel the flow.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? This is gonna be the longest fucking intro ever. We have to have that be the intro. It's just so good.
I'll cut some of it, but at the
How
end, I'll
not?
cut to Jazzy's nice intro.
Come on. You know, my intro was it. We gotta
Of
spice it up,
course.
boy.
All right, go, Jazzy.
No. Welcome to Freshman Legacy. I'm your host, Jazzy, and today we're doing The Reflected. I'm here with MK and Josh.
Hello.
Reflected my nuts.
Oh, damn.
That was terrible. Please cut it out.
No, we're keeping that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Martin, why were you wearing a Joker mask as the reflected? Is
Well,
the reflected a reflection of our society?
it's a random mask that he had that we thought looked cool. And we wanted a
Because
different look than
society.
we wanted a different look than the one in the first one. Even though I think the first one was creepier. The white mask stood out better at night.
Mm. Boy,
How
I
does it
sure
actually
do
connect to the
love
first
my.
one?
It connects it's kind of like a soft reboot type of thing.
It's just a remake.
No,
It's
it's not
not
a
soft at
remake.
all. It's a very hard remake. You
Yeah.
have this. If it's a sequel, then it's just the same guys getting.
Yeah.
It's a new reflected guy fucking reflecting the original fella. But is
He's
he
being
just such a
chased a
good
second time.
reflection? Yeah.
I don't know. We made the first one and we weren't completely happy with it. So we were
Mm.
like, oh, we should basically redo it and come up with an like a proper idea about it. Because the first one we had the rough idea, and after we filmed alone, we were like, oh, we'll just do it in one take, you know.
Yeah.
Alone? That's the title of my sex tape.
Oh god damn it. But yeah, that's how we came up with the idea of the reflected.
So how long did this one take then?
2 days.
Yeah, we filmed on two different nights, a few weeks apart.
Yeah.
The
Two
first night,
different night killings.
Mm.
the first night we filmed Dee's character walking through the house and everything. Everything before the chase final scene was done at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the second night was the chase scene and at the park and all of that stuff.
I think we also did a few more creepy-ish inside the house shots. Definitely did the shadows outside. That was while I was there
Yeah.
because I wanted to show off that I knew cameras kinda.
Yeah, so with that, is that how you were able to get some of the interesting and cool shots in? Just
Uh,
playing around with camera techniques or whatnot?
well, not really camera techniques because it's a shitty like what Sony camera. It's not
Yeah.
one where you
We
can
love that.
really tweak focus or anything.
No.
And it's got a really dodgy zoom that
It's
Martin just loves to use.
it's not very good
That
at
MK
filming
just
night
loves to
footage.
use.
Better for day.
Yeah, definitely. Like it can focus real well. It's just at night it's too dark to focus. But the second night was a lot easier because we had more people to make the shots.
And we
Me
had a
and
car.
Dee for the shots for the intro was more about I wonder if we can use vape clouds to make the shot look cool.
No.
So wait, you mentioned that you had a little more help on the second night?
Yeah, we had Josh there
Hi.
and Ryan as well. So we had
And
someone
Ryan's
who
car.
could hold the light and someone who could drive as well. And
Someone
because
who could actually hold the camera.
yeah, because normally if it would just be me and Dee, we'd have to set the camera up, stand still, and then be in frame.
Try get it to work.
Yeah, so it was way easier having other people to film, especially with the scenes of us fighting and running.
Yes. And this
Yeah.
is why I prefer operating the camera than acting, as well as I'm actually mediocre at one.
So do you actually prefer being behind the camera and doing all the camera work?
I mean, the only good thing about acting is just improvising and try and catch everyone off guard.
Yeah.
Flashbacks to Laura.
So on that then, were there any extra were there any interesting stories behind this? Because then you would have been able to, do little bit more if there were extra people there to help out.
Well,
Yeah,
actually, one funny story is this is before Martin knew how to snip footage, which is why the final shot lingers on for way too long, and it's Martin going with the knife instead of cutting just before like an imaginary stab, which would have been a way more effective ending shot.
it's all right. I have an editing degree now. We're all good, mate. Don't
Well
even
done,
worry.
you can snip footage.
I think one of the funniest stories was we filmed a scene of Dee sitting on his fence, and being dragged
Did he fall
over
off?
by the killer. That was how it was
Mm.
gonna originally end, with him being unable to escape and being stuck in the property. And so we set the camera up, it was pointing at D, and we needed the killer to pull him off, make it look that way. So I pulled him off, and he landed on top of me and gave me a
Hot.
blood nose. Like his elbow landed in my face, and so I had a
Yeah.
giant bruised blood nose. Yeah, filming the car sequence as well when I was chasing after D. I'm much faster than he is, so I kept running too fast, and I had to slow down.
Very relatable. D is quite slow.
Did
I'm
that
just
take
trying
you a
to
lot of
flex.
tries to make then?
It definitely took a few tries. It wasn't as bad as filming the first one where it was one take and we did it probably about 5 times. This one was a lot easier. But I think we did the car chase scene about 5 times. And we are gonna
I think
originally use a skateboard, but Ryan showed up and he could drive, so
I mean, that probably made things a lot easier.
yeah,
I
definitely.
actually, on the topic of D being a slow runner, we did a second take of it where I was portraying D there since I can actually run, kinda.
Yeah.
And then so there you can see a little bit of inconsistency with the jeans changing color.
Probably the height as well, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's fucking short like Martin, and I'm a big boy who eats his vegetables.
Excuse me. I have about 8 years of friendship to argue that you don't eat your vegetables.
It's a fluke, man. It's a fluke.
Fuck. I'll fucking do it right now just so you fuckers watch.
Yeah, but one of my favorite things was actually the music, like the really creepy piano we used in the first
Mm.
one. And I love that music. Like it's just so good. And finding like creepy horror music that's like free to use is actually really crack up because there's some really funny ones.
Yeah, I can imagine. And as well because it's cruelty free.
Yeah. There's also a funny thing of I was rewatching it with D, and he's seen it a number of times, and he didn't
Yeah.
realize that at the end of it, there's actually a jump scare, and he got so scared it was hilarious. He like fully jumped off the couch.
Was that unintentional then, the little jump scare at the end?
What do you mean by unintentional?
Like
The
unintentionally
getting
put in or like
spooked.
No, I definitely put it in for the meme to see if it would get anyone, and that's the first
clearly.
person who's actually got jump scared by it.
So that must be your favorite thing from there, eh?
Yeah, I also do like the whole scene at the park where the killer walks up the stairs and Dee's underneath, and the really cool shot that Josh directed, and
Yeah.
the fight choreography and running down the street. Like
The
it's
fight was
really slow
choreography, quotation marks heavy there.
choreography. To be
It's
honest,
just
it's quite a slow film, so when we get to the second half, it's way more interesting and it's more fun to
Yeah.
film.
slow like D walking.
I remember Dee's family was out and we had like one night to film it, and we like had the TV playing these like the pixels type thing. Um
Static.
Yeah.
yeah, static, and it looked really creepy. And I remember Dee's parents came home, all the doors and windows were open, and there was just static on the TV and no one there. And I got like really freaked out. It was kind of funny.
Oh, I can imagine. How about you, Josh? Do you have any favorite bits from this?
I like the thumbnail shot. That's honestly about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Dee under the slide, and you can see the killer in the background.
Well, at
Would
first you can't, but then it pans to reveal the killer.
Mm.
Oh, spooky.
would you guys ever make a sequel with like your new developed skills?
I don't know if we'd
I'd
make
rather
like
do a
a
different horror
yeah,
thing.
Mm.
like I think we'd probably learn from the reflected and then make something different.
The only
Yeah.
horror movie of ours I want to make a sequel to is Night Killings. I
Even
want to
though
make the
we
sequel
hate
Night
night
Killer
killers.
Day Lover.
I do actually really like the reflection, which was the first one, but I like the remastered version because the first one at the end had a bunch of random things that didn't make sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then cut that out, fix the aspect ratio, change some of the
The
music.
remastered version was meant to make sense.
It makes a little bit more sense, but you can really feel it's kind of the prototype of the reflected. And if we did make something else that's linked to the reflected, would probably be called the reflecting and would just be another remake trying to prove that we're better than we were. But I don't think we can be bothered making that.
I just want to make Night Killer Day Lover.
I'm sure you do.
That one has such a great idea with the fucking whole split personality, the duality of man, serial killer, and womanizer.
So it
So
looks like you
basically
still want to
just
make
American
something horror
Psycho.
based.
Yeah, we did actually start working on another thing that was kind of horror. We filmed this chase scene in the forest, and at this stage, I'm unsure if it's going to get made into something else. But
Because that one's
funny,
directed by D. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, there's a funny
Yeah.
His
story with it.
directorial debut.
We were filming in this little forest area. I had to run down this hill, and then we were by like a dried up riverbank with this giant tree. And in between scenes, I was trying to jump a log, and my like toes hit the logs. So I basically smashed my knee and shin, and then did a front flip and landed on my back.
Oh God, that
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
Nah, we all really like the horror genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some pretty good horror movies that have been out lately. We're not gonna make anything nearly as good as them, but horror is just a real fun genre to film in.
Mm. Just something
Martin
fun.
says as he's
Yeah.
too scared to watch any.
Yeah, I'm terrified of horror movies. It's
Horror movies are
really
great.
embarrassing.
They're absolutely amazing. I don't know
He
what your
was
problem is.
he was absolutely scared watching Scream 6.
Yeah, I went to go see Scream 6 with my girlfriend, and she held my hand the whole time and told me it was gonna be okay. And I'm like, help, I'm so scared.
That is actually amazing. Honestly, props to her for that.
No, that
I
movie's
fucking watched it
fantastic
with a
though.
co-worker, and we sadly did not get to hold hands.
Oh, you poor thing.
That movie was so good. Scream was actually one of the ideas that spawned the Reflected, because we wanted a killer who was toying around with his victims and like in a house with chase scenes.
Yeah.
We never quite lived up to it, but that was one of the things that gave us an idea.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, as well as I think The Strangers might have been Dee's one inspiration.
Yeah.
Have not seen it.
Apparently, it's pretty good. I haven't seen it either.
I
Looks like
don't
that'll be
give a
on your guys to
darn.
watch.
Mm.
No,
Oh, never mind.
the only things on my watch list is Evil Dead Rises and The Amazing Maurice.
I've never heard of those two.
The
I'm not
Amazing
gonna lie.
Maurice, I can somewhat understand because that's just some random crap I saw a screening and wanted to watch. It's weirdly got a pretty stacked cast, but how have you not heard of The Evil Dead? That is the best horror.
I don't know. I just haven't.
What
All
the
right, Jazz,
fuck?
do you want to do the intro before the call time runs out?
The
What
intro?
The outro.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, no
I don't
stress
know,
then.
man. I just work here.
I guess that's a wrap then. Thank you guys so much.
remember
And
everyone, like, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok, follow Josh's OnlyFans.
exactly, you do that. Nah, thank you so much, guys, and see you next time.
Peace, homies.